What's he doing here? That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That one was really good. Hi people. I am just playing Infinite while thinking about what to talk about. It's a pretty boring day today. There's not much going on, and I kind of don't feel like editing, so I kind of just want to talk. Let's just say words. But like, what sucks about like talking and shit is that I'm kind of terrible at keeping a, I guess you could say, like going down one road. I kind of like fork in my words a lot. Like I move around with what I say. So usually I don't really get the most done, and like whenever I do talk, I kind of gotta focus on a single task instead of like actually doing things. So say I'm like playing the game or stuff, I'm actually like doing shit in the game. Like right now I'm speaking, and it's like I'm just moving forward. If there was like an actual fight going on, I would try and talk, but as more of my focus goes into the game, I just would talk less and less, and I would focus on like actually playing. I'm like, I'm not trying to like prove what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm talking about. I wonder if there's a way to like, I'm sure this game has trainers. If there was a possibility to do it, I would definitely just turn off all the enemies in this game and just enjoy my time walking around. I'm gonna go back and get that sword, because I really fucking love video games like this. I'm telling you right now, like, okay, so the open world stuff is aight. But like, I love video games that make you like a very powerful person, and they put you in a place that's fucking beautiful, and you can choose to like be like really damaging and shit, or like really like violent in the game, but you can also like just walk around and like enjoy the world around you. I fucking love games like that. Infamous does that, and the first game that I played that was like that was The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. And man, those games were fucking awesome. I've actually never played Infamous, but I've seen clips. Same thing with what is it? Parasite? No, it's not Parasite. It's Prototype. That is also another game that gives you like a super strong character, but it's like you can just choose to like walk around the world if you want to. Really fucking fun to play games like that. I think if there was one thing I like really wanted to talk about while I'm like here right now is like I guess I could say like, I don't know, there's a bunch of things. Like there's a lot of stuff where it's like what I feel like doing, not in terms of like this channel, because I'm not the type of dude to like roadmap shit. If I'm doing something, it's just like because I wanted to do it that day. Like I'm not really like a particular guy whenever it comes to like how do you say it, being like one type of person on this channel. I fucking love the needler. Oh, it looks so cool. This is the best looking gun in the game. You ever think about like a lot of the stuff you want to do like with your life, and you kind of like look at the stuff that you have right now, and you're like, man, I kind of got it really good at the moment. I can tell you right now, I'm like 100% sure I have it like the fucking best right now, and I'm really grateful for the life I'm living. I feel like I'm a really ambitious person whenever it comes to like stuff I want to make. And I feel like sometimes that's really good and sometimes that's like terrible. The really good is that like I find a way to come up with pretty awesome stuff that I really like to make. The really bad is that I usually don't end up making it. and it like stays in a little box. So whenever it's like come to editing, I've been kind of wanting to stick to doing a lot of like smaller stuff now. Like even the small stuff is like pretty hard because of like the stuff, like the effort you gotta put into it. Because the terrible thing about making very long videos that I've come to know about myself, at least for me, is that whenever I go about making big project videos, I take a very, very long time, and not because of that work, but because of the fact that I kind of don't have drive for that one project anymore. And whenever I have so much work put into it, I end up just, I think to myself, like, I need to finish it, so I just drop kind of whatever clips in there without giving it any real thought. And I feel like that's not a good way to go about my editing, at least, because I like having it where it's every single shot has a reason to be there. And the really cool thing is that, like, there's videos that I've worked on where it's like they weren't super long. Like the most recent, like, non-super long video that I made that I really fucking loved, and it was because, like, there were days where I'm like, holy shit, man, like, I'm just not feeling this one today. Like, I don't know what to put here, and it's really fucking bugging me. But there's also been days where it's like, I feel like I'm just in a huge flow state with the work I'm doing, and I just get so much done at once. And that little Dark Age video, that Halo one, is the one that I've probably had the most fun or enjoyment recently making, because every single shot in there had a reason to be in there. And like the best part about editing, or like even making stuff like that, is that you take the music and you take the imagery and you take the story, you take everything from every piece of the media that you're using, and you find a way to make them all coexist. That is the best part about editing, to me at least, and I've never fucking been here before. This is awesome. I've also thought about wanting to do other stuff besides editing, and I've dabbled in it a little bit, like a little bit of animation and stuff, doing 3D and 2D, and I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do. And the great part about YouTube is that there are so many people who have found a way to take the fact that they are not very proficient in that certain skill, like say animation, or say like music composition, or even film editing or cinematography or VFX. And with all of that, they have found a way to make their own types of creations without going the completely traditional route of that skill set. But say with like animation, there are people who very recently I followed this channel called I believe it's Boysvert or Boysyvert. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I can definitely look it up and like change the fucking pronunciation of what I say later. But they are doing animation in ways where they're also using film footage, and they're using various video effects, and even going so far as like, not claymation, stop motion. They'd be going through stop motion animation to put their characters in, and they'd be mixing it up with live action footage, and they'd be putting it in a way like that. And that is so incredibly fucking creative. And it's done in a way where it ends up becoming its sort of own unique style. Of course, there are times where it's like that can just be done in a way and it just simply wouldn't look good. But the great thing about that channel is that, or that creator, is that they have found a way to make what they make, even though it's not their best skill at the moment. Because the great part about that channel too is that they get better every time, and you can like see them getting better. You can see them like doing, just improving from the last one, because it's like you may not even see it at the time, but you're like going back from the video before into the video now, you're like, oh, this one looks a lot better, and I don't even know why it does look that much better. It's just that the person has found a way to make it look better on their own. And I kind of want to do something like that. That's the great part that about YouTube, is that it's not so much as like anybody can make whatever they like and it can look extremely good, and or not even like that. It can be the potential for creativity is fucking insane over here, because there is no set path, because it's everybody doing whatever they want to do at the time. You have vloggers, you have people who do animations, you have people who do editing, you have people who do music, you have every time a fucking dude around here. And it's not even like in an art sense too. There's lots of people who cook, there's lots of people who do all this other shit. It's like, why the fuck are there so many fucking awesome people in this world, dude? People can make such awesome shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I kind of want to be creative like that too. In a way where it's like getting into the mentality that not everything you have to make is gonna be your greatest work. Or like you're not gonna be a master at the first thing you start at and the first like thing you create with that. And like that's okay. That's more than fine. Cause it's gonna be able to like let you see how far you've come from what you made before. I'm pretty young. It's crazy that there are like people who are way fucking older than me. Like people who like lived before me. I'm sure that's like an ego thing, but like that I don't mean it to be. It's like the fact that there was like an entire universe before you. I always wanted to find the sandwich. But like by myself though. I think everybody has a pretty big ego. I think even the people that try to say like they don't do. I know it's like really like hear me out. I think that there are people who have like a they use the fact that they don't have an ego as a flex. You just gotta get them big nostrils. There's like an air of superiority to it. It's like flexing, being humble, you know? Because I like to think I was like that whenever I was younger. And I feel like I still am like that sometimes. I kind of don't like how Atriox is in this game. He's very... I don't know, it just feels like he gets a bit fanatical. And I don't think that's his character. Like at all. That's like 100% not his character. Like in a weird way. Just because like modern lingos right now. I think he's like supposed to be like really fucking based in comparison to like the fucking Covenant. I think that's like his whole thing. Like maybe I'm just fucking not all about it. Because you know I haven't played Halo Wars 2, I've only seen the cutscenes. But like I just don't see him being the big leader type to give speeches and shit. I just see him to be like the dude who like is not relatively quiet. He's like, it feels like much more of a man of action than a man of words. But like not even in like a bad way, just like in a way that that's his character. Oh fuck. Fuck! I hate whenever the game does that. Crisis 2 does that. Sorry, just thought about that. Yeah, Crisis 2 does that really well. It's like my fucking favorite game.